Only cowards fear World War III. Those are the words of famous military general Sean Penn. You might know him from the famous World War II battle at Ridgemont High. More on the great general's words in a minute. The Telegraph today. Mood sours in Ukraine as it braces for a long and bloody war. They'll publish feature pieces like this about all of Ukraine's war dead. They'll show graveyards, tombstones. They'll explain that the United States is letting these men die unless we give them more money. Mouthpiece of the deep state, of course, is CBS News, and they're leading this charge. Yesterday, they started their morning on Face the Nation with actor Sean Penn, pushing for much of our needed money and military power in Ukraine, explaining that the U.S. hasn't done much to support Ukraine. This is his great thing that he's really upset about. That, you know, we've been too cautious and we haven't done enough, and this is his greatest regret. Just a reminder, we've already spent over $300 billion. The United States and Europe combined, over $300 billion, according to the numbers out today. And that's, in my estimate, a very, very conservative estimate, because that's really just since the war began. But as Victoria Nuland and NATO has admitted, we've been spending billions of dollars in Ukraine since 2014. So it is not just the past year and a half. It's all of the money that's been preemptive to bring us into war. But we're too cautious, according to Sean Penn.
It's my absolute feeling that the caution with which the United States has pledged support, which seemed, in my reading of February 2022, was like a lean on in the fear of nuclear conflict. Something I think all of us should look very carefully at and understand that, of course, is possible, and that's to be concerning. The likelihood is extremely low, and as one of our witnesses in the film says, you know, are we going to let a gangster with nuclear weapons dictate the way we live?
Yeah. Which gangster are we talking about here?
Yeah, he didn't mention Biden, but I assume he's talking about Putin.
Okay.
I assume he's talking about Putin. But are we going to let a gangster... So it's kind of funny because here you have Vladimir Zelensky, who literally is threatening Europe. Over the past few days, in an interview with The Economist magazine, Zelensky has basically said, unless Europe steps up and puts more weapons and more money into Ukraine, then all those refugees you guys are helping out with, what's to say that they're not going to get angry and potentially, you know, carry out some, I don't know, maybe terrorist acts? He didn't say the word terrorism, but of course we know what he meant, right? Like, what happens if you abandon all of those Ukrainians that are refugees now throughout Europe, scattered around? Like, we'll just activate them like some sort of drones? Like, they'll just pop up one day and do the bidding of carrying out terrorist attacks?
You could look at that as him putting a hit piece on every Westerner.
I guess so. So who's the madman then? Who are you talking about precisely? And too cautious, Sean Penn? We've been too cautious. We just haven't sent enough weapons. Are you kidding me? What do you want? You want nuclear weapons there? You want to send nukes there is basically what you're asking for, because a number of members of Congress have asked to send nukes to Ukraine. Yeah, let's give them nuclear weapons. That'll work out really well. Just like the jets and the HIMARS and everything else that we've sent.
You're getting depleted uranium now. So if you want dead children and fallout to people in that area forever, you got that too.
Permanent cancer.
If your wish list is total destruction of that region, you are getting it. So,
but don't worry. The Pentagon says, and Corinne Jean-Pierre says that depleted uranium, like, it's fine. You know, just the cancer is not an issue.
And when she told us last year it wasn't fine, she didn't mean it. It was a joke. Sometimes I tell a joke about weapons not being bad.
That's a whole joke at the White House. So Sean Penn also said that he wanted to melt down his Academy Award and turn it into bullets that Ukraine could use against Russia. Okay. So Zelensky will be in Washington. He's there asking for more money. I wonder if he'll do another big joint session of Congress. He'll hold up another Ukrainian flag. Everyone will sign it. He'll do a big thing. He'll wear his T-shirt in Congress.
And Sean Penn will get more proxy TV interviews.
Oh, yeah.
That's a weird, like, bromance that we all are asked to buy into.
We need him to get more Oscars. We need him to get more Oscars so they can get more bullets.
Right. He needs to win more Academy Awards.
Gold bullets.
So he can melt that down. Who knows what that's even made out of? But yeah, that's really great. That's great. That's good stuff.
We're assuming. And Graham points out that Sean Penn was also a big fan, I forgot about this, of Hugo Chavez. He had said that he is an inspiration. So his picker's off, I'm going to say.
Thank you so much for watching this segment here at Redacted. We are live every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, trying to share the stories that the mainstream media will not cover. You should also come over and join our community of Redacted Rebels over at redacted.inc. That's our private locals community where we can share exclusive content that we simply cannot share here on YouTube. Come over and join the rebellion together right now by going to redacted.inc. We'll see you next time.